guys, I think I'm in focus. Hopefully, oh, let me turn off the TV. Hopefully my fan is not too loud. It is September and we are in Alaska, but I get hot. So it's been about 2 years since I made my first video, and I think about 1 year since I fell off and didn't really make much videos anymore. But I decided I would revisit my favorites and just go from there. Okay, so this is jojoba carrier oil from Ulta. I've been using that as my moisturizer lately. I'm gonna let that sit for a moment. Okay, so I have a lot of primers. Well, my favorite when I'm using, I don't have time to use both a primer and an oil, is the Prime and Chill Beauty Oil from Clean Color, as you can tell since it's empty. But I already put on oil today. So my favorite primer, I guess it's still the Spackle Mattifying Primer from Laura Geller. I don't think Ulta sells it anymore, which is where I get most of my stuff, especially since we're in the pandemic. For eye primers, it's kind of a toss-up between the e.l.f. Putty Primer and the shade Clay. I like this one especially just for, you know, the color. But I also like the Clean Slate from Amuse for the undertone. The color is light, but that's better when I use lighter colors anyway. And it's also just smoother, and it's only $1. The e.l.f. primer is all right, but I guess my favorite is still this one from Amuse. It's just called the Amuse Eyeshadow Primer. It's in the shade Clean Slate. They do make another shade that's more of a yellowy undertone, but it looks rough on me. Okay, and then sometimes I end up using too much eye primer, and when I do, I just spread it on down my nose because whatever. I have two foundations that I kind of consider favorites. One is the Juvia's Place in the shade Togo. I think that's just, it's a good overall color for me. Because the undertone, it kind of, you know, matches here, and I'm really dark here, really light around here. That matches well. That's number one. Oh, and that is an olive undertone, and this one is also, I guess, a green undertone. This is the Stay Naked Weightless Foundation in the shade 80CG. And the G is for green, so yeah, it's green undertone. You know, it's not obviously green, but it works out well too, especially after it's dry. I think the Juvia's Place is slightly less expensive, and also I only need like a little tiny amount of it, so it lasts a really long time, and it's got excellent coverage. Let's move back up my primer again. So we're gonna use that. My favorite sponges are still the Wonder Blenders from Shop Miss A. They're $1. Actually, that is probably way too much. That shows up, but that's probably all I will need. But so the Wonder Blender, it's like $1, and I do like that. Actually, I forgot. It's a brand new sponge, and it's not on its second day, so I do actually need a little bit more foundation because the sponge ate some of it. A little bit more. And as you can see, it hides most things. I mean, I still have some spots and stuff, but if I use concealer, I'd be fine. But man. And then I just smooth out my eye primer again. I found if I put it on before I set my under eye concealer, that works out best for me. And currently, I guess my favorite for highlighting under my eyes with concealer is the LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Warm Sand. I'll show you right here. So this is the Warm Sand. Other ones I like are the ColourPop No Filter Concealer in the shade Deep Dark 50. Right there. And the Ulta Youthful Glow Concealer in the shade Tan Cool. I don't like the Youthful Glow Concealer for actually concealing, but it does fine for highlighting. That one. And then this one is the C12 Conceal and Define from Revolution. That's that one there. So these are my highlighting shades that I prefer. I don't worry much about concealing these days because I don't really go anywhere other than work. And I'm wearing a mask, so yeah. And I do prefer the beveled sponge so I can use it for my foundation, and then I use my highlighter for the same part, but then when I contour I use the pointy end. But first I'm going to set my highlight, and for setting my highlight, my favorite is still the Ben Nye Pretty Pink Powder. As you can tell, this is a 8-ounce jar. I put it in the Morphe container, but this is the Pretty Pink Powder from Ben Nye. The Morphe Pink Powder wasn't doing it for me, but I used it up and kept the jar. And that not only sets my concealer, but it's also there to catch any fallout from my eyeshadow, which I will do next. My favorite palette holders are still these ones from Amuse Eye. My favorite eyeshadows are still Coastal Scents. I've actually bought quite a few more. These are where I keep all my basics and neutrals, I guess. This one doesn't have much in it. These are shades I don't wear very often. These are like, you know, warmer colors. These are the mattes that I wear most often. And I'd say 99% of these are Coastal Scents. There's a few from ColourPop in there that are good. And I think 1 or 2 left from Amuse Eye. I didn't like most of the ones I got from Amuse Eye, I found. These are also colors I don't wear very often. These are all Coastal Scents. Then these are my warm shimmery-ish colors from Coastal Scents. And then my greens and purples from Coastal Scents. I gotta figure out which mask I'm wearing so I know which scarf to wear. So I know which eyeshadow to wear. Okay, well that was easy. I have like a bag of my masks over here. I'm gonna wear this one today. So now I know which eyeshadows to use. My favorite eyeshadow brushes are still the ones I got years ago from Walgreens. They're cheap brushes I got in the Halloween section. They're supposed to be Catwoman themed, even though they don't even look like Catwoman stuff. It's just black with purple cats on them. But these brushes are great, still. Okay, I have realized that I can't wear pink eyeshadows too close to my eyes without my eyes having issues, or too close to my eyeballs, so I'm gonna put the hot pink up higher. So these eyeshadows are just the best for pigment, and then this brush is like the best for, what is it called? Even smooth coverage. Okay, so there's that, and then I'm gonna move down my transition with another shade. The one I just put on was Hollywood Cerise by Coastal Scents. Now I'm going to use Hot Tamale by Coastal Scents. I also do like this Morphe translucent eyelid primer for my actual eyelid, not for the rest. Okay, so then I just use this basically on my eyelid itself. My absolute favorite eyeshadow of all time still has to be Prehistoric Green from Coastal Scents, which even if I wasn't wearing a mask that, you know, matches the Prehistoric Green, I would find a way usually to incorporate this color into whatever I'm doing. Okay, and I don't know why it is, but I don't actually like this color on its own, but I do use a lot of Pinehurst, well, obviously since I've hit pan. It's also from Coastal Scents. And that's usually just for like crease and outer corner to deepen that area a bit. Okay, and sometimes I do want to brighten up the inside, so I'll use Python Green from Coastal Scents. I'm not using it straight, I'm using it on top of this so that the color I want stays up, but it's just a little bit brighter in the inner corner. I'm trying to decide if I want to do any shimmer or not. I think I will, just because that I usually don't like going so dark near my brows. So we are going to use Coral Rose, also by Coastal Scents, of course. I'm gonna switch brushes now though. This is the AOA Studio E113. This is basically about the same color, this eyeshadow, but it's got a shimmer or light reflect on it, so it's kind of, you know, brighten things up a little bit. And I've got my Ben Nye brush, whatever. I'll clean out the eyeshadow that I get in my brows because I'm a messy person. So then my favorite, like my greens here, Well, this one's one of my newest favorites. This is Sage Sensation by Coastal Scents, but that's like the wrong undertone to wear today. But dude, look at this. Oh, me. It's gorgeous. I had been using Balsam, but I decided to get Sage Sensation, and it's just, so this one I'm putting on right here, this is Balsam, and it's just, it's different. I don't know. It's got a little bit more bite to it. But this is Bay Breeze by Colored Rain, and it's pretty much the only thing I want from them right now, so I haven't bought another one, but I'm running out because I don't want to take away from the color I already have. I'm using a fluffier brush. This one's by Furless, I guess. This isn't a favorite. It's just, it's a good brush though. I just don't really have a favorite for this type of brush. So just put that on there and then just kind of rub it over there. That way it's not covering anything up, it's just adding a little bit of shimmer. Dust off my highlight powder. Next, my favorite for contour. Where is it? Okay. This is Midnight Media Pro Ultra Blush in the shade Onyx. It is black, like black. So I only need a little bit. And then I go in with the pointy end of my sponge. So that's my contour. Yes, I know it looks a little harsh, but I also put on powder over all of this. For blush, this here is the NYX Blush in Electro. I think it's been discontinued, but I really love this blush. And I also love the Saharan Blush Volume 1 palette from Juvia's Place, the shade Zane. They're really close. I mean, I'll wear them interchangeably, but whatever. Oh, and for contouring blush, I love the shade, I think it's called Abby. Let me wipe that off. Ew. Yeah, Abby, A-B-Y. But what I've been using as an alternative is also from NYX. This is the Sweet Cheeks blush in the shade Boom and Bloom. It's not totally the same, but they're pretty nice. Oh, look who's watching. This is Boom and Bloom. And that's what I use for a contouring blush. And then this is Abby. They're not really the same, but I get away from. Oh. So this is Zane. It's just gorgeous. And this one is the Electro from NYX. Both gorgeous. This one probably looks best on me, but I'll wear that in a heartbeat. But today I'm gonna do Zane. And then I'm still using, if I'm just using a powder contour, I still use my Ben Nye in the shade Ebony. But I've already contoured and I'm not gonna do any contouring blush. I'm just gonna do regular powder. There it is. That's the Ben Nye Luxury Powder in the shade, I keep reusing this jar, but it comes in this, Nutmeg. And I put that all over everything. It kind of blends things together. Just buff that out. And usually at this point I would use the rose water, but I've misplaced it. I do need to get some more setting sprays. Right now I'm using the Revolution fixing spray. This is not a favorite, but it's not bad. It's just not my favorite. My favorite is from Ofra. It's the $20 bottle. It's like the white bottle that's 8 ounces. This is like 3 ounces. So, I mean, even though this is cheaper, you get almost 3 times as much in the other bottle. And while that's doing its thing, I like to go back in with a spoolie and clean out my eyebrows again. I have this brow gel from AOA Studios. Which one is this? This is the shade Ebony. It's not actually black, it's like a grayish brownish, which is perfect because I figured out when I use black it's a little too harsh. That actually cleans up any extra I have in my, or makeup I have in my brows, and then also fills out my ends here because they're a little bit sparse. So I'm not trying to do like that well-defined fancy brow people do. I just don't like how empty that is. While I'm waiting for all that to settle, I will just tie up my head real quick. Okay, now that's done. I usually don't wear lip stuff because mask, but my favorite lip liner is still from NYX. Is that one it? This is Brown Black from NYX. It's either Brown Black or Blackberry. Either one of those works good, or well. I'm still a fan of the Ulta lip primer that comes in the stick, but I haven't been using that much lately because I haven't been wearing lipstick, so didn't bother putting that on. And then my lip color that I like, where did I put it? Well, I got this new lipstick that I've been loving lately. That's from Wet n Wild, and it's a matte lipstick, so it's been working out well when I do wear lipstick for work. It's a matte liquid lipstick, but I can't find it. It's probably in my purse, can't be bothered. So, this is a glossy stain from Absolute New York in the shade Femme Fatale. This is like my, I guess, second favorite, because it also stains the lips, so it stays on pretty well. And it's not as I would like for a lipstick, but I'm gonna be wearing a mask. I'm not actually getting out of the car, but I am bringing my mask with me. My family is going to the mall, but I won't do that. I wish I could find the one I was looking for because it's such a better color. Well, I'm gonna use Mademoiselle from Fenty in the shade Candy Venom. I know this is pretty matte, so this will stay on pretty well. That does not look right. Was it not Candy Venom? I have another one over here. This one's called Flamingo Acid. It's darker, but maybe it was the darker one that had the bright color undertone. Whatever, I give up. I probably just have too much crap on my lips now, and that's why I can't tell. Okay, so now my face is dry. My lips are not doing what I wanted. I'm gonna reline. I'm just not a fan of matte lipsticks, but whatever. Before I do eyeliner, I'm gonna spray my face again. And for eyeliner, I've been using this Rock and Glitz Diamond Dazzle Liquid Liner. It's the shade Sable Black Shimmer. I had some other black eyeliners I liked, but I have run out. And so that's what I'm using, and I do like this though. One criticism I do have about this eyeliner though is it is a little bit too watery. No matter when I use it, it's fine. And for mascaras, I've pretty much been just using whatever. I've decided to only buy the minis because I don't wear mascara. I don't wear mascara as often as the rest of my makeup because I usually run out of time, but today's Saturday, so I have time. But this is, my alarm went off. Anyway, so this is the Bad Gal Bang from Benefit, and it is one of my favorites, but I just don't have a single favorite. It's really like the brush and the formula. I'm usually disappointed after I do my bottom lashes. I don't know why I keep doing my bottom lashes. Oh well. So, I guess that's pretty much it for favorites. So I'll throw on some jewelry because why not? It's the thing with wearing masks and stuff like that. I just feel like I'm not as sparkly as I should be. There we go. And if you're wondering about this earring, since my sister is worried about it, I re-pierced this hole and I kind of gauged it a little bit. So this earring is in there until it heals. So it'll be in there for a few months. And then same with that one, I re-pierced it and gauged it a bit too. So that just, even when I'm not wearing earrings, those two will always be in for now. And then when I get around to it, I'll re-gauge that one. And then that one's never been pierced, but I'll get that one pierced too to match. And then back to a regular nose ring. Okay, so at some point I'll take a picture for the thumbnail. Well, with more clothes on, obviously. wearing a bra and a shirt, but this is not my type of coverage. So this is what we got today. These are most of my favorites. Didn't really mention, like, you know, concealer since I don't wear it much anymore. Real lipstick since I don't really wear it anymore. And my favorite eyeliner because I don't really have it anymore. Oh, and I do want to put on some highlighter though. So this is the strobe highlighter, the holographic lights from Revolution. It's the same one I've been using for years. It's like broken, but I still love it and it still works. And I've got my mask. And then my last thought would be, you know, if I want to wear these. Oh, no, those glasses are not as pink as I thought they were. Sad. So I've got my, those aren't the right green. Ooh, these are dirty. Oh. It's a little bit closer. I accidentally hit snooze on my other alarm, so it went off again. I didn't realize I didn't actually turn it off. So it looks like I'm just going to go with the glasses that I wear most days, because they're dark enough that they can look like black, but they're actually green. That's what we got going on. Put my watch back on. That's my look. And so far so good. Lipstick. And no, I did not make the mask or the head wrap. I got them on Etsy. I'm lazy. But I have a whole bunch of masks with matching head wraps. I don't like the ear loop ones because they bother my ears too much with the glasses and the, you know, piercings, and I think my ears are just too close to the back of my head right there. So I like to do the straps. And I got a ton of them because, you know, I have to work every day and I don't do my laundry every day. Bye.